No, Your Honors. What I'm saying, Your Honors, honestly, when we
Ano
go
honestly?
there,
You're not telling the truth. You're lying. Wag kang tatawa-tawa.
no, sir. Isa lang po yung nakakausap ko nga
Sino?
na Pilipino na kasama
Sino?
doon, yung Norman Macapagal. Yun
Oh,
ako.
kanina ba? Kanina wala. Oh, ngayon, Norman Macapagal naman. Ubusin mo na nga eh.
Yun lang sila.
Hindi, mayroon pa. You never met anybody from San Lagi except for San Saraswe? Pwede mo ba akong mapaniwala? Ikaw binigyan ng... wag mong... Buuin mo na. Sino pa?
Hindi yun nga, sir. Yung captain nga ako nung Sara...
Kasi kanina tinanong kita, it's only Saraswe. Tapos, kasi yun ang marunong mag-English. Yung una, Hanggaw.
Noong 2022 po, dumating na sa Philippines yung Xiang Ji. So, nakausap na rin namin yung Xiang Ji. Kasi siya na rin ang pumipirma ng mga documents sila.
Kita mo? Gentleman?
Kilala mo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Client?
She's the corporate secretary, Your Honor.
Siya yung corporate secretary ng
Lucky South, Your Honor.
Lucky South. Okay. We have an information that binigay niya sa kayo yung $500,000 para sa payment sa PAGCOR. And you deny it, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wala ka natanggap na $500,000.
Everything that were either
Again, Dennis, Dennis, you are under oath.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tandaan mo, ha?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I will be proving to you that you have received $500,000 in the next hearing, we will be citing you in contempt.
There may be other people around, but I really do not know who they are because they don't speak English, sir. And we do not even relate. We do not even talk to each other. Because they cannot speak English.
Ba't hindi mo divulge lahat? Pati yung connection ng mga former government officials. Pati yung mga abogado. Ngayon sabihin mo na yung tungkol kay Medina. Di ba?
Yes.
Kita mo?
Yun yung lawyer.
Mr. Chairman, again, this person is lying.
It's a matter of life and death, Your Honor. Every time we do raids, it is because someone is being tortured or someone is being held against their will. And in this case, sir, when we applied for a warrant dito, sir, sa Banban, sa Porac, sir, yung Vietnamese national, he was, tumakas po siya, sir. And while getting out of the Pogo Hub, binibidyo niya yung sarili niya, sir.
Drugs, merong criminal activities, ginamit ang Pogo, ginamit ang corporations. These are the connecting matrix that we have established.
Would you still deny that?
Because Cassandra Leong, pamangkin, yes. Alice Go have 36 accounts at meron siyang bank transactions na 29 billion.
As far as I understand, the investigation with regards to Pogo all over the country entails, it's a question of national security now.
Your interjection. So, Congressman Pabante, you are now recognized.
Lest we forget, Mr. Chair, that we would like to find out if General Karamat actually lied. No, the video should be presented that he lied. We'd like to find out if he told the truth and before he lied. Lest we forget, because we were discussing that a moment ago. Kung nagsinungaling si General Karamat.
Yeah.
Baka makalimutan natin. We'd like to find out.
Have you?
Because we're not going to allow in this committee that anybody would lie to us.
Sige, I haven't seen the video yet, but sige, in a bit, we'll be asking for that, the video back, anong tawag dito? Playback of that video. We will be showing, yung pong matrix na nabuo ng tatlong committee ng Dangerous Drugs, Committee on Public Accounts, and the Committee on Public Order during our investigation. It's not only the criminal activities of Pogo and the corporations that was established by the different Chinese nationalities, Chinese people, but there was also drugs involved. And this is the matrix that we wanted to show to everybody. Okay, so please show yung ating matrix, yung tinawag nating dim. Madilim ang ating paligid. Dahil meron pong drugs, merong criminal activities, ginamit ang POGO, ginamit ang corporations. These are the connecting matrix that we have established. Lahat po ng blue nito, interconnected sila, intertwined with each other. This Eddie Yang, who is an incorporator of the Empire 999 Realty Incorporated, which was established doon po sa hearing ni Congressman Chairman Ace Barbers, owns the warehouse. Yung korporasyon niyan, yan po may-ari ng warehouse kung saan nakuha ng PIDEA ang 3.6 billion na worth ng shabu. And this Eddie Yang and Willie Ong and Jack T. Yang na incorporators ng Empire 999, ngayon po ang kanilang mga passport were already been revoked. Si Eddie Yang din po ay incorporator. Kaya makikita niyo po yung blue na establish po yung connection hanggang dito sa dulo mamaya, papakita natin. Eddie Yang also is an incorporator who happens to be incorporated with Yang Hua Wang, who is also an incorporator of Yatay International. Yang Hua Wang, with his wife, Kai Jiru, is connected with the Omni. Si Yang Hua Wang, kasama niyang incorporator si Lincoln Uy Ong, who happens to be an incorporator of Parmali. So yung Parmali po, si Lincoln Uy Ong, kasama niyang incorporator si Gerald Cruz, who is a shareholder of Brick Hearts Technologies, a support provider of Sean Wei Technologies, POGO owned by Wei Sean Lim, na involved sa Cavite raid of Shabu in 2003. Ang financer sa Parmali is Michael Yang, who happens connected with Lincoln Uy Ong. Pamangkin, yes. Dito po sa ibaba, makikita po natin, baba, uli. Baba. Hindi. Taas pala. Taas pa. Taas pa. Hindi. Hindi. Baba. Dire-diretso lang pa baba. Sige pa, sige pa, sige pa. Sige pa. Yan. Okay. Alright. Si Eddie Yang, na napatunayan sa Committee on Dangerous Drugs and Public Accounts, na incorporator ng Empire 999, is also an incorporator of Golden Sun 999. At kasama niyang incorporator doon si Rose Nonolin, who is married to Alan Lim, si Wei Xiong Lin. Sila rin ang incorporator ng Poolwind Group of Companies, na ang chairman po ay si Michael Yang. Together, now, with the brother, Hong Jiang Yang, the brother of Michael Yang, who is also an incorporator of Piley State Group Corporation. So, kasama si Rose Nonolin, kasama si Yang Hong Jiang, na kapatid ni Michael Yang, at si Hong Ming Yang, who we believe that is also Michael Yang. But dito po sa Piley Holding Corporation, sila na naman po magkakasama. Si Rose Nonolin, si Wei Xiong Lin, a.k.a. Alan Lim, and Hong Ming Yang, a.k.a. Michael Yang. Now, ano ang relasyon nila sa POGO? Baba po natin. According sa, hindi sa report, but sa kaso na na-file ng ABLAC, GR number, AMLA number 00382, noong July 10, 2024, it was established in this case that Alice Go have 36 accounts at meron siyang bank transactions na 29 billion. And according to this case, which is a public document, we were able to get that Hong Jing Yang, the brother of Michael Yang, ay katransaksyon niya si Alice Go with a 3.3 billion na pumasok po sa account nila. So in other words, may mga umikot na pera sa account ni Alice Go at sa account ng kapatid ni Michael Yang na si Hong Jiang Yang. Now, anong relasyon sa PORAC? Because Cassandra Leong at si Wesley Go, ito, hindi pa natin masyadong established, but according to the report, sila po ay mag-boyfriend. But, of course, we need to establish more about the relation between Alice Go and the Cassandra Leong with his brother, Wesley Go. Now, ang tanong, yung 29 billion na umikot sa pera o sa bank accounts ni Alice Go and sa bank accounts ni Ho Jing Yang, na brother ni Michael Yang, na 3.3 billion, ay hindi po natin alam kung saan ang galing yung perang yon at saan pumuntang transaksyon. Only the AMLAC knows. But in relation to this case that was filed, dito po lumalabas that there are those bank transactions and money na umikot po. And considering that these people is connected with Michael Yang and Eddie Yang, then somehow we can connect the dots. Unfortunately, hanggang dito lang tayo mga kasama sa ngayon. And Chairman Paduano, you are now recognized.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, let me proceed. Now, Mr. Cunanan, ano po yung ano mo? Ano po yung you mentioned that you have a consultancy firm.
Yes, Your Honors. Your Honors, if you will allow, can I just read briefly my statement in this hearing? Or if not,
It's up to the chairman.
If not, sir, I can
Statement?
put it, yeah.
How long will be the statement?
This is a page, Your Honors.
One page? It's all about what, Dennis?
But it's okay, Your Honors. I can just continue.
Because there are a lot of interpellators pa, and
we'll just submit it, Your Honors.
yeah, please submit to us na lang, and as it goes, we'll be asking questions naman lang.
Yes, sir.
Sige, go ahead, Congressman Paduano.
Okay, first, Mr. Cunanan, you mentioned that you have a consultancy firm. And what's the name of that consultancy firm?
We have a consultancy firm, sir, Advantage Management Consulting Philippines.
Is it registered to
SEC, Your Honors.
SEC?
Yes, Your Honors.
Ano yan? When was that firm registered?
We started organizing, Your Honors, in 2017, and then in 2018, we were already organizing fora and discussions particular to startups, strategic organizing, and then by 2019, sir, we officially registered.
So, 2019.
Yes, Your Honors.
And who are those board and officers of that consultancy firm?
We have one international board member, and we have businessmen and
And that international,
friends in
what's
JCI.
the citizenship of that international
U.S., Your Honor.
U.S.? Okay. Now, have you submitted that your incorporation sa yung documents from SEC in the committee?
We can submit, Your Honor.
Please submit.
Yes.
You have now?
I don't have it with me right now, Your Honor.
Please submit na lang po. Then, nandito naman pong SEC. Paki-produce lang po for official record of this committee while Dennis Cunanan have committed to submit the documents, but still the official documents should come from the SEC.
We just need the name, Chair.
The name daw.
We'll give it, Your Honors.
Before the next hearing, dapat makita namin po. Okay. So, 2019. Tama?
Yes, Your Honors.
So, regular yung regular yung renewal.
Yes, Your Honors.
Okay.
Opo.
Okay. So, anong posisyon mo doon sa firm?
I'm the President and CEO, Your Honors.
You're the President and CEO.
Yes, sir.
So, ano yung ano yung services that you render to Lucky 999?
Your Honors, what happened, let me just contextualize it. What happened with Lucky South, actually, is we were in Central Luzon at that time because we...
When was that?
Sometime 2019, October, Your Honors.
So that was the time that your firm was already...
We were already established, Your Honors. We were...
But that was also 2019. When was that?
We were organized first part of 2019, early part of 2019, and then latter part of 2019, sometime October. We were in Central Luzon because we were working on...
Sandali po. So, October.
Yes, Your Honors.
Oh, so October, nyo na-register? October?
No, Your Honors. We were registered July.
July?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Few months after? Sige po.
We were in Central Luzon because we were working on a project for cityhood campaign of one municipality in Central Luzon. So, in the course of our looking for an office which is strategically okay to locate in Angeles City because I'm from Pampanga, we got across this group who talked to us and they were introduced to us and was asking if with our levels of consultancy, if we can assist them with their application for license, which we did not accept at first, Your Honor.
Sino na-introduce sa inyo?
We were in the location where they are right now because there were offices there.
And then, tanong ko, who introduced you to Lucky South 999 during the time?
There's this certain Han Gao, Your Honors.
You also a Chinese citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Han Gao?
Yeah.
Paano?
Charlotte, she was Charlotte Chia. She was the one in
Babae?
Babae po. She was the one with Lucky South at that time.
Charlotte was
Charlotte
with?
Chia. Opo. Taga Lucky South po siya.
She's part of Lucky South?
Yes.
Oh, pero sigurado ka Chinese national?
Yes, Your Honors. Kasi po yun ang pakilala niya.
Hindi,
Umalis.
She can speak English?
Yes, Your
Fluent,
Honors.
okay.
Yes.
Now, you were offered but you refused. Why?
Because we really do not understand what the whole offshore gaming concept is.
So
we told them,
the time, talagang malinaw na Pogo ang approach niyo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes.
So, hindi malinaw. So that's why you refuse.
Yes, Your Honor. So
okay, then?
We told them, if you want, we can check for you, and then if we are okay, and then let's come back. We'll come back to you, and then we'll discuss. So a few months after, Your Honors, we went back to them sometime November. We brought them just a
November
check,
of?
2019.
Okay.
So we gave them a checklist from the website of PAGCOR, and we told them, I think it's easy if you can comply with the requirements. So once you comply with the requirements, there are financial requirements, etc. If you can comply, I think we can help you out. So that's when it started, Your Honors. And then the next time we met.
Sandali po. So, November, kamo. Okay?
Yes, Your Honors.
So that was the time that time pala hindi pa operational yung Lucky
Wala pa,
South
sir.
99. Okay.
Wala pa.
Now, sinong kausap mo doon? November.
Yun sir, si Miss Charlotte Sia, and apparently I found out her
Charlotte
Sia.
Zia?
Sia,
Iba pa yung Han Gao.
S-H-I-A. And then apparently, sir, I found out her real name is Han Gao.
Okay.
Han Gao.
Charlotte Zia Han Gao. Okay.
English
Tapos,
name niya pala yung isa.
sino pa?
Siya yung kausap lang namin, sir.
Sino?
Siya lang po yung kausap namin nun.
Siya lang.
Apa. Siya lang yung humaharap sa amin nun.
That is for Lucky South?
For Lucky
For
South.
Lucky South?
Ah.
Ano yung dyan?
Ang sinasabi ho niya nun,
Anong
yung kanya-
personality niya when you talk to you?
ang sinasabi ho niya, yung kanyang mga principals are out of the country.
Hindi, kaya nga, principal niya out of the country, but what is her position in Lucky South daw?
Nung pumirma po siya, president nakapirma eh.
Oh, the president.
Eventually yun, nung pumirma, president.
President.
Opo.
Oh, before you proceed, Sir Dennis, Chairman, have you invited a certain Charlotte Chia? Han Gao?
Sino?
Charlotte Chia? Han Gao.
Hanggao?
Yeah, Han Gao.
They're gone.
Wala.
Yeah.
No,
Wala.
but we have to invite in the next hearing, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, we will.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Do you know specific address of Han Gao?
Ako ngayon.
She was just there, Your Honors, in Porac. That's where she stays at that time. But as far as I know, sir, in 2020, she left already. She left already in 2020.
Left.
Yes, Your Honors.
Why?
I really don't know the reason, Your Honors, but she resigned from the company in 2020, and then a certain Sarah Shu, which is Hui Chi, took over as interpreter. That's why during that time, I was designated as the temporary authorized representative because it used to be Hangao.
Okay, so that was 2020.
Yes, Your Honors.
So, exactly when was that? Month lang.
No, sir. That's July of 2020.
July 2020.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, ikaw na ngayon yung official representative of Lucky South 99.
Temporary, Your Honors.
Hindi nga.
Yes.
Now, when the raid was conducted,
Wala na, sir.
anong wala?
Hindi na po ako kasama doon.
O when,
Wala.
kaya ka na umalis doon?
Okay, Your Honors. In June 19, 2023, Pagcor called for an exclusive meeting among all licensees of offshore, and they mentioned there that even the authorized representatives will be as liable as the key officers of offshore gaming operators. And I told Lucky South, it's not tenable anymore for us to be there.
Okay, so June of 2023.
Yes, Your Honor.
You stayed there for almost 3 years. Tama?
No, sir. Actually, what happened is after we helped them with their license, what happened is we are on call. Ibig sabihin, kuwari, isang month, meron silang mga documents na dumating sa kanila. They will request us to come and review the documents, and if it's proper that they're answering it, yun lang yung ginagawa namin. Once a month or maybe other 2 months, they will call for us, and then they will pay us based on a consultancy on a per hour basis. Wala ko kaming engagement talaga. Pero officially, sir, technically,
so, sino kausap mo doon? Kung every day, 1 month or 2 months nandun ka?
yung pong Sarah Shu, yung kanilang
Siya
interpreter.
lang?
Yeah,
Ano position niya doon?
she's in the accounting, and she's representing she's representing the company. Usually
Chinese.
naman gagawin lang muna. Chinese
Again? Chinese siya?
na English speaking, Your Honors. Siya yung
So,
nakapag-English.
Chairman, tingnan mo, nung una Hanggaw, then itong, you never met anybody from San Lagi except for Saraswit? Pwede mo ba akong mapaniwala? Ikaw binigyan ng...
Your Honors, this is what happened every time we go there. Every time we go to the place, they will give us already the documents for review. And this Sarah is the only one English speaking. Binanggit ko nga rin doon sa Senate hearing noong Monday. There may be other people around, but I really do not know who they are because they don't speak English, sir. And we do not even relate. We do not even talk to each other. Because they cannot speak English. Every time they want to ask something, it is through these interpreters that they relate to us.
If I may, Congressman,
Chairman.
Sige, go ahead.
Paok. Sir, Paok. Itong si Dennis, ang kausap niya na daw, nung una si Hanggaw, then si Sarah Sue. I think...
meron pang isa, sir. Meron pa pang isa.
Andali, wag mong isa-isahin. Kasi I will doubt. And I might... kasi halata eh. O, sino pang isa?
Yung Xiang Ji, Your Honors, yun po yung presidente naman. Yung chairman nila. Xiang
So,
Ji.
wag mong... Buuin mo na, sino pa?
Hindi yun nga, sir. Yung after nga ako nung Sarah...
Kasi kanina tinanong kita, it's only Sarah Sue. Tapos, kasi yun ang marunong mag-English. Yung una, Hanggaw.
Noong 2022 po, dumating na sa Philippines yung Xiang Ji. So, nakausap na rin namin yung Xiang Ji. Kasi siya na rin ang pumipirma ng mga documents sila.
Kita mo. Sir Chairman. Wala bang Pilipino na nakilala mo doon o nakausap mo? That is involved in San Lagi and all those operations in Purak?
Hindi ho sila nag-hire ng Filipino for operation purposes. Nag-hire ho sila ng
Hindi
Filipino
nga
for...
connected sa kanila.
Isa lang ho yung nakakausap ko nga na Pilipino na kasama
Sino?
doon. Yung Norman Macapagal. Yun lang ho.
Kanina ba? Kanina wala. Ngayon, Norman Macapagal na naman. Ubusin mo na nga eh.
Yun lang sila.
Hindi, mayroon pa. Wag kang tatawa-tawa.
No, sir. No, Your Honors. What I'm saying, Your Honors, honestly, when we
Ano
go
honestly?
there...
You're not telling the truth. You're lying. Mayroon pa. Mr. Chairman, ito, pagbigyan kita. Pagbigyan kita. Ano, you want an executive session? Kasi parang hindi ka buuin mo na kasi. Kung medyo alanganin ka, you ask for it. You ask for an executive session. And if the chair and the members of this committee will grant, we'll give you the time. No, Chairman, I will hold my fire to Dennis. Mag-isip-isip ka.
May I interject?
Sige, proceed ka, Co-Chairman.
Or ano? Sandali. Dennis Gunanan,
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Chair.
you own the company, no? Consultancy Advantage Management
But
Philippine Incorporated. Is this correct?
yes, Your Honor. But can I just clarify? They
No,
did
no, no,
not-
no, no. I'm just asking if you own.
Yes, Your Honor.
You own this?
Yes, yes, sir.
Correct. Oh, yes. From 2017 to present, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And a while ago, while I was listening to your answering the query of Chairman Paduano, you just said that you check all the documents na sinasubmit sa iyo ng iyong mga client, like si Cassandra Leong. Is this accurate?
She appeared as a corporate secretary, sir.
Sagutin mo na muna kung chine-check mo yung mga documents that being submitted to you by Cassandra, yung kanilang company. Di ba? O yung Lucky South.
Yes, Your Honor.
Di ba ikaw sa Lucky South?
Yes, yes.
So lahat ng dokumento, nire-review mo. Nire-review ninyo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, and all these documents are being reviewed by your consultancy, for that matter. Correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
In these documents that have been submitted to PAGCOR, and I will show you the documents. You sign it, no? There are some annual personal disclosure statements that have been submitted
Yes, Your Honor.
by you. And you signed it, and it was notarized. And I want to show it that in here, may mga katanungan. Can you kindly show the documents para mapakita natin? Kasi, nagre-review kayo ng mga dokumento di ba? And this one, parang, I think, merong mga mali sa mga sinabi mo. Kasi alam mo yan, yung annual personal disclosure statement will be the basis of PAGCOR, di ba? For the approval of their, yung kanilang mga, for registration or for the license, di ba? And you are also a part of the consultant of the said company. Dito, binabanggit dito, have you ever been convicted of an offense? Wait. Have you been ever convicted of an offense? Yes or no?
In the Sandigan Bayan, Your Honor.
Ha?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, you were. Di ba? And you answered no. Sa annual personal disclosure statement mo that was submitted to PAGCOR. Sabi mo no. Have you been charged with the offense and awaiting hearing or otherwise subject to pending prosecution? Yes or no? Were you
Your Honor.
charged?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. But your answer was no. Now, you were asked, to your knowledge, are you under investigation? By the police, by any other government agency, any professional body. Were you? Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. But your answer is no. You lied. Diba? Under oath. By a notary public. Signed by you and by Attorney Pablo B. Ahesta. Now, kaya nagdududa kami sa mga tanong ni Congressman Paduano Because dito pa lamang, nagsinungaling ka na. What more? Dito sa kongresong ito. Di ba?
If I
At
may-
any rate, sumingit lang ako kay Congressman Paduano. What I'm trying to point out, even the PAGCOR have the responsibility. Because during the time, anong time to? Kaninong chairman to? When you applied,
Past administration, sir.
past administration. Okay. Ma'am, this is your responsibility. Maybe not you, but
Sir.
your people's responsibility.
To clarify lang po, sir, yung mga sinasabi nila na nire-represent ni Mr. Dennis Cunanan, yung Hongsheng, at saka yung Lucky 99, hindi po yan nakapag-operate dahil hindi po nila nabuo yung proseso ng pag-a-apply.
It doesn't make sense, ma'am. It doesn't matter. Because what we are trying to point out here is the truthfulness of the annual personal disclosure statement that was submitted by Dennis Cunanan to PAGCOR. We're not trying to discuss the operation of the company. What we're trying to prove in here, that he lied in his PDS, and thereby putting some questions to the integrity of your answers in this committee. You may proceed, Congressman.
Chairman, thank you. Chairman, yun din siya. Ito pa, itatanong ko. Kasi pumasok na si Ma'am Andrea. Sabi mo kasi hindi nag-operate. O, tanongin ko yung PAOK. PAOK based on the holdings and the raid. Anong nangyari doon? May presence ba? Wala.
Ano po,
I'm not, my question is not referred to you. I referred it to the PAOK team just to confirm indeed na tama yung ano mo. Tama yung claims mo that there is no such operations. Tapos balik ko yan kay Dennis.
Yes, Your Honor. During our raid, sir, there were definitely operations, sir. Hindi ko lang po alam, sir, yung sa mga period na sinasabi nila, sir.
Hindi, pero ganun na rin eh. Kasi yung ano nila, yung processing ni Dennis. Dennis, when was that? Yung approval from PAGCOR?
Noong 2020, sir, meron na silang special service provider license.
Oh.
And then they applied for a mother license in
July 20.
December, sir, nung nag-apply sila for service provider.
Oh.
Tapos lumabas, sir, yun ng January.
Pero tanong, di binigyan. Tama, ng permit. Di ba? Kompleto.
Yung service provider, Your Honors.
Nga. Kompleto, di ba?
Yes.
Ma'am, kompleto. And now you're telling this committee that there is no such operations happens?
iba po yung service provider dun sa Pogo, sir.
What's the use of having a service provider kung hindi naman gamitin sa Pogo?
Baka po yung service provider na yon, meron po siyang ibang sinaservice na Pogo.
Ay, susunod ako.
Hindi ko po kasi, I don't have the, pero po itong maliwanag, kasi po, kailangan siguro i-explain ko yung process.
And then, explain mo na kanina, alam na namin yon na may limang,
yung pag-issue ng license.
Ang sinasabi ko lang, ma'am, ganito. Now, here comes Dennis. Kinonfirm niya that was approved 2020. Ano pang, tapos pag-approve, ano? Tapos,
pag-approve po, nag-upgrade yata sila ng
actual
Pogo.
raid was just the first day of operation? Are you telling me that was the first operation ng raid? But all the documents was approved 2020? Sobra naman. Hindi. Dennis, tanungin kita.
Yes, sir.
Tanungin kita. Binigyan na kayo ng permiso, lahat-lahat, kompleto. Kailan nag-operate?
They have to cease operations during as a CSP, sir, nung nakakuha sila from Kirchner, yung kanyang main license, nung nakakuha sila nun, nag-start sila. Tapos nag-stop po sila during the pandemic. To stop.
Kita mo? They started and they stopped because of the pandemic. When was that pandemic? That was 2020, di ba?
Yes, sir.
2021. Nag-stop sila. Di ba? Tama? Tapos 2022,
No, Your Honor. What happened is, in 2020, they applied for mother license. So, nung nag-apply po sila ng
pero
mother...
prior to that,
Sir?
prior to that,
Hindi na sila, sir. Hindi na.
hindi nga prior to that ang tinatanong ko. Before the mother.
SP, sir.
Oh.
Service provider. Yes, sir.
Di ba? Anyway, Dennis, yan. Pinakita ni chairman sa iyo. PAGCOR. Kayo na ngayon sa administration. Anong possible liability ni Mr. Dennis Cunanan? Kasi, she represents
Sir, if Kasi po right now, wala na pong lisensya yung Hongsheng Gaming Technology and Lucky South Technology. But should it have been found during the time na meron po silang lisensya, it's a ground for the cancellation of the license.
Of course, but now post to the person. Legally, nadaya kayo eh.
Yes, sir.
Di ba? That's under oath. Oh, lawyer ka, di alam mo kung anong... Ito lang, balikan ko lang si Dennis. Dennis, may ano pa eh, may marami pa akong holdings eh. Inisa-isa mo kasi, from Charlotte, di ba, to Susan, at to Sarah, then, eto na ngayon, may Norma na. Nung tinanong kitang Pilipino, marami. Ba't hindi mo divulge lahat? Pati yung connection ng mga former government officials. Pati yung mga abogado. So ngayon sabihin mo na yung tungkol kay Medina. Di ba?
Yes.
Kita mo?
Yun yung lawyer.
Mr. Chairman, again, this person is lying.
Yes, I think, and I believe.
Remember, kaya nga tinanong kita gusto mo, if you cannot tell in public all your knowledge about the operations, are you willing for an executive session? This will be my last question to you. Are you willing?
Yes, Your Honor.
He's willing.
Before we have an executive session.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Dennis, I believe that you know this girl, no? Kilala mo naman to.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kilala mo.
Yes, Your Honor.
Client.
She's the corporate secretary, Your Honor.
Siya yung corporate secretary ng
Lucky South, Your Honor.
Lucky South. Okay. We have an information that binigay niya sa kayo yung $500,000 para sa payment sa PAGCOR. And you deny it, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wala ka natanggap na $500,000.
Everything that were either
Again, Dennis, Dennis, you are under oath.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tandaan mo, ha?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I will be proving to you that you have received $500,000 in the next hearing, we will be citing you in contempt.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you so much, ha? All right, thank you. So, sige, you have... Sige, go ahead, Congressman Akop.
Last one, Chairman. Anyway, I will not ask any more questions. Ayaw ko rin ubusin yung oras ni Chairman Barbers. I have still questions to some other resource speakers. But, Sir Dennis, okay, you have committed for an executive session, so you should tell the truth, nothing but the truth. Kasi, kung wala rin may makukuha, pagbalik dito, contempted ka na. I will cite you in contempt.
Yes, Your
Honor.
Honor.
So maybe we will be... Yes, Congressman Akop.
But,
yes, I think it is incumbent upon the resource speaker to tell us the amount of the information that he's going to reveal to us if it entails our national security. Otherwise, kung wala naman siyang in relation to the security of this country, then I think the members should not allow it. Di ba? And let him lie, and lie.
Yes. And we will cite him in contempt
Yes.
to be jailed at the Quezon City Jail, Mr. Chairman.
Kasi dito pa lamang po sa
Direct,
dokumento dito pa lamang sa dokumento that you have executed and submitted to PAGCOR, which is a government agency, you lied. It was clearly stated on the PDS that you lied. At any rate, naubusan natin oras ni Congressman Barber, so we will be proceeding to the next interpolator, who happens to be Congressman Barbers, and then after that, I will be the last to interpolate.
Chairman?
Yes.
I know your ruling.
wala pa eh, hindi
So far
pa.
as my issue is concerned.
Oh yes. What's the concern? If what's the basis for the executive session? So,
Chairman,
let me wait, Congressman Paduano. The chairman is still speaking. So I will be allowing Dennis Cunanan to explain the the amount or the matter that he will be going to discuss with the members of these two committees. You are in the liberty of saying something. Go ahead.
Your Honors, even earlier on, what I was supposed to mention is, we have a very limited engagement with these companies. And then our name has been dragged in this investigation when we were
Mr. Chair,
so far.
point of order.
What's the point of order of Congressman Acop?
The resource person is not answering the question propounded by the chair. Bakit siya humihingi ng executive session? Ano ang dahilan? Because under our rules, there are only reasons stated therein bakit natin i-grant yung executive session. Yun po ang rules natin eh.
Okay.
Now, does it satisfy our rule na pwede nating grantan siya ng executive session? Would it affect national security in the first place?
Yes. The premise of Congressman Acop, initially, it was offered to you to have an executive session. And you replied by answering that you wanted to have an executive session. For that matter, what is your reason for us to hear the narrative that you wanted to tell us on the executive session? What was it? Does it entails national security?
Your Honors, it was mentioned, and I said I'm okay with it.
So with your own, that's the reason why the good congressman from Antipolo was asking. So kung sumagot ka ng opo, gusto ko rin pong mag-executive session, there must be a reason why you wanted to be a part of that executive session. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. And
So ano nga?
if there are any other things that, as being asked along the way, Your Honors, I can articulate some information. But these are nothing that I'm not disclosing, Your Honors. So we're disclosing whatever information we have and whatever information we know.
Yes, Congressman Paduano.
Anyway, Mr. Chairman, I was the one who asked Mr. Dennis Cunanan about an executive session. But of course, Mr. Theoretically, no, the question of Pogo now and this investigation entails national security. Kasi alam naman natin lahat eh. Hindi na tayo, di ba, alam na natin may problema to. This entails national security. But, of course, giving the privilege for Mr. Cunanan to have an executive session, titingnan na, evaluate natin kung indeed. Di ba, pag upo natin doon na wala man sila masabi, o better balik tayo dito. Tanungin natin siya, pag balik siya, cite natin in contempt. Ganun lang po. Kasi, as far as I understand, the investigation with regards to Pogo all over the country entails, is a question of national security now. And as a chairman of the Public Order and Safety, alam ko na alam to ni chairman that Pogo investigation and Pogo problem in this country is a question of national security as of now. Thank you, Mr.
Anyway,
Chairman.
siguro,
Mr. Chair, may I know if he has a lawyer? May I know if you have a lawyer?
you have a lawyer, Mr. Dennis Cunanan?
Yes, Your Honors.
Yes, you have a lawyer with you. But for the meantime, we'll be asking Congressman Barbers to start his interpellation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I'm glad that you already recognize me. Ako lang, dadagdagan ko lang ng... Gusto ko lang matanong si Mr. Dennis Cunanan. Mr. Dennis Cunanan?
Yes, sir.
Meron kayong engagement with Lucky South 99?
Yes, Your Honor. On a contractual basis. Based on output.
Can you expound on a contract?
On an output basis, Your Honor.
Okay, so your company is a consultancy firm.
But they engage me, Your Honors, personally, not the company.
So not the company?
Yes, Your Honor.
So meaning, meron kang, what consultations do they ask from you? Anong binibigay mo na?
What happened, Your Honors? What happened, Your Honors, is if they have documents that they need to comply, na kailangan lang basahin, at hindi lang maintindihan, tinatanong po nila sa amin. So kung,
sa amin o sa iyo?
Sa akin, sir. Tinatanong nila sa akin. Tapos, kung maintindihan na nila, then ginagawa nila, sir. Kung meron na po sila nakagawa, Sabi nila, tama ba to? Ito ba yung tama naming isasubmit? I just want to clarify on the PDS, Your Honors. It was an oversight on my part, yung PDS, because I was not the original authorized representative. It was Han Gao. But apparently, when she left, and they needed to complete already the document and submit it to, meron man din silang tao eh. Hindi naman po ako lang yung nakalagay doon. Meron din silang tao. So yung tao nila, kailangan tumakbo ng Manila para dalhin yun. Pinapirma ho nila sa akin yung document and then they submitted it. Kaya it was really an oversight on my part yung aspect na yun. And later
Dennis, Mr. Cunanan, sorry, no. Yeah, I've seen the PDS that you've submitted,
yes,
no. So hindi naman doon yung direksyon ng tanong ko eh.
Yes, sir.
Ang tanong ko kasi consultant kanila.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So consultant ba sa tax? Consultant ba sa, let's say, link with the LGUs, the national government? Anong klaseng consultancy?
Ginawa nila, sir, akong communications consultant nila para sa kanilang pag-apply doon sa license. Yun lang
So, they don't have a lawyer?
Meron sila, sir, lawyer. Yung binanggit nga ako kanina, yung Attorney Medina.
So, hindi yung lawyer ang gumagawa nun para sa kanila or the law firm?
Yun ang most likely, sir, yung mga ibang compliance, yun ang gumagawa. Pero hindi yun ang nagdadala sa Manila.
Sige. What exactly is your... what exactly is the service you provide for Lucky South? Yung specific?
Liaison, basically, sir.
So, liaison?
Liaison.
And their lawyers cannot do that for them?
Hindi, sir, kasi iba daw yung task nila eh. Para, we actually were telling them, might as well, paggawa nyo na sa mga abogado nyo yan o sa mga tao nyo yan.
Okay.
Yes,
So, kanina I heard that you denied that you received $500,000, no? And the reason why Miss Cassandra Leong went to PAGCOR is because apparently she was being charged for non-payment of what kind of fees?
Regulatory fees.
Oh, the regulatory fees. Yun ang sinabi niya eh. Kaya siya nagpunta doon. Otherwise, hindi siya pupunta doon. And she was escorted and probably accompanied by Attorney Harry Roque. So, sinabi mo kanina, wala ka natanggap. Yung bang pagbabayad ng Lucky South 99 ng regulatory fees to PAGCOR, hindi ba kasama yun sa services that you provide?
If there are instances, Your Honors, that they cannot do it, they ask us to help them. Pero
So,
hindi kami...
Ask us or ask you?
Me. They ask me to help them.
So how many times have you done that for them?
A few number of times, Your Honor.
Just be specific. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many?
Maybe around 5 or 10.
5 times.
O 5
So
or 10.
regulatory
5 to
fees
10,
ito
yes.
ng PAGCOR.
Yes,
Hindi po ba, correct me if I'm wrong, nagbabayad ka ng regulatory fees sa PAGCOR, meaning nag-ooperate ka. Is that correct? Is that a correct assumption, attorney?
Not necessarily, sir. As long as you have a license and there's no approval for you to stop paying the regulatory fees, monthly pa din po charge po yung ano.
So kahit walang operation?
Yes, sir.
So parang hindi kaya, kahit wala akong kinikita, magbabayad ako regulatory fees?
Pwede po naman kayong sumulat sa board of directors kung talaga pong may valid reason kayo for the stoppage or non-operations. Pero kung wala po kayong board approval na tumigil sa pagbabayad ng regulatory fees, buwan-buwan pa din po yun na tumutuloy.
Okay. Thank you for that information. So, Mr. Cunanan, sinabi mo mga 5 times, ano?
Around that much, Your Honor. 5 to 10.
Can you please provide an information to this committee, more or less, dun sa 5 times na yun, magkanong naibayad mo in behalf of the Lucky South 99?
Hindi ho ako mismo, Your Honor. Sina-assist ko lang yung mga tao nila. Kasi nagbabayad sila diretso sa land bank.
Okay.
Nagbabayad.
And would you have any idea how much would that be?
Usually, sir, yung minimum guaranteed fee that PAGCOR is requiring, which is the 150,000. And then I think the reason why they are having some issues is later on when the new administration came in, they started charging additional 50,000 administrative fees.
Mm-hmm.
So these were the accumulation of things I think that they were addressing. And if I'm not mistaken, Your Honors, even while they were talking with PAGCOR at that time, they were already settling a portion of that arrears. And then later on, they were able to fully pay all those arrears. So, Your Honors, if I was used as an excuse at that time, I really don't know. I really don't understand. Because later on, Your Honors, just to prove a point, later on, by September and October of that year, 2023, when they were already submitting their application for renewal, they even sent to me their documents for review if it's already okay for them to submit it already. So if I did something wrong to them, Your Honors, ahead of time, ahead of that moment, I don't think they will still come back to me and ask me to check on their documents.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Cunanan. Now, I'd like to ask, Mr. Chair, former PAGCOR Chair Andrea Domingo. Ma'am, alam ko, pagod na kayo kakasagot.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. This is very short. Tanong ko lang ho, kasi earlier, yung opening statement ng CEO ng CESA boldly stated that PAGCOR violated its own charter. Do you agree?
I cannot agree, Your Honor.
Yeah, I knew that you were going to answer that. Do you have that answer, Madam? So, dito kasi ang premise po nila is that you were issuing licenses to an offshore gaming operations. Tama po ba?
Opo.
Now, because you are issuing offshore gaming license or license to offshore gaming operations, that is already beyond the charter of PAGCOR. Is that correct?
Hindi po. Pwede ko pong i-explain. Nagsimula po ito nung i-amend yung PD 18... Sandali lang po, hindi ko na matandaan. Yung PD 1869 na sinayna ni former President Marcos noong 1978. During the amendment po from 2004 to 2007, nagkaroon po ng interpellation na ang record po ito ay nasa December 4, 2004, December 16, 2004 records ng Congress. Nagtanong po doon si Representative Jaworski doon sa sponsor na si Representative Mig Zubiri kung ang online gaming ay kasama sa isasakupan ng PAGCOR. Ang sabi po ni Representative Zubiri, oo. Tapos po, nag-introduce po ng amendment si Congressman Jaworski na iksama sa exclusion portion nung batas na yon ng RA na natawag na ngayon na RA 9487. Pero po, nung pong natapos na po yung RA 9487 ay hindi po isinama sa exclusion. Dito po, nito pong pinakahuli pong ruling ng Supreme Court noong April 2023 nang may naghabla sa PAGCOR yung Velasquez versus PAGCOR. Ito po, Evangelista, I'm sorry po. Ito po yung pasensya na po kayo kasi hindi ko memorize lahat eh. Ito po yung kasi sabi po nitong si Evangelista na walang authority ang PAGCOR to operate. Pero po ang sabi na nung pong yung relevant section po nung ruling nung Evangelista versus PAGCOR where's the GR 228234 issued in April 2023. Ang sabi po, the Supreme Court recognized that the RR Pogo is a quasi-legislative function of the PAGCOR pursuant to Section 8 of PD 1869, which gives it authority to promulgate rules and regulations relevant to the registration of persons engaged in gambling. To wit, ito pong sabi, yung Section 8 po ay registration. All persons primarily engaged in gambling together with their allied business with contract or franchise from the corporation, shall register and affiliate their businesses with the corporation. The corporation shall issue the corresponding certificates of affiliation upon compliance by the registering entity with the promulgated rules and regulations. Hindi po ako abogado, kaya po nung tanong ko sa mga kasamahan ko na sa PAGCOR na wala na rin sila ngayon, ang sabi na po, notably, this is a recognition on the part of the Supreme Court that the authority of PAGCOR to regulate gambling operations extend to online or offshore gaming activity. Yan po yung latest
Was that
ruling.
explicitly stated in that ruling?
Yung pong notably, hindi po. Yung pong first two paragraphs.
So, ang sinasabi po natin, ito ay napapaloob sa isang presidential decree.
Yung pong, opo, ang pinanggalingan po nito, kasi siyempre po nung 1978, wala pa po kasing masyadong internet, di po ba?
Wala pa rin pong pogo that time.
Wala pa rin pong casino noon. Wala pa pong regulation noon eh. Kasi nag-regulate lang po sa pagbabasa ko po sa history, nag-regulate lang po si President Ferdinand Marcos before dahilan sa nag-proliferate ang mga casinos, and they thought instead of putting them down, I guess it was a very difficult task, they actually legalized it by creating PAGCOR to regulate the gaming industry. Ito pong, kaya po yun yung offshoot. Kung pong nandun po sa records na sinabi mismo ng sponsor ng bill, nakasama ang online gaming. Yung pong proponent ng amendment na hindi isama yon, isama sa exclusion, nilagay po niya yon, meron po sa record. Kaya lang, hindi po isinama doon sa after. Nung matapos na po yung RA, wala po sa exclusion.
So, dahil wala po sa RA, ibig sabihin po, hindi ho allowed.
Meron po, hindi po kasama sa exclusion. Hindi po in-exclude as per the amendment
Sige po,
of the Congressman.
Chairman, can I interject with regards to that? Actually,
Okay,
Chairman?
yes.
Ganito lang po, ito ngayon, dalawang jurisprudence, you're citing dalawang jurisprudence. One is the latest, kamo, but I have to check it. But with regards to the 2004 Jewelry versus PAGCOR, in which the ruling of the Supreme Court favors PAGCOR, it's all about It's not all about, we're talking about POGO now, offshore gaming. It's all about internet gaming.
2014.
Kaya nga, so, let me clarify lang. So you cannot invoke such jurisprudence with regards to this case because we're talking now about POGO. In that case, that was 2004, walang POGO, ang issue doon is internet gaming. And it's very clear. Kasi it was also cited by PAGCOR during the second hearing. And I refuted it. That was all about internet gaming. It's not all about POGO. Now, ako hindi pa ako conclusive. I will not also argue now with regards to Evangelista. I have to check it. No, yung exact ruling. But, ang sinasabi ko lang, yung 2004 ruling is not all about offshore gaming. It's all about internet gaming, in which, sabi ko, Jaworski favors, Jaworski versus PAGCOR, Supreme Court favors the position of PAGCOR. Yan lang po, just for the record. Now, question, Evangelista, may GR number ka na siya, sinite, that was 2023, okay? I have to check it. No, I have to check it. Kasi malabo yung 2004, ma'am, eh. Because that time, there is no such offshore gaming. Kaya, hindi mo pwedeng i-invoke yung jurisprudence na yun. As I've said, and again, I reiterate, I've checked it, na hindi siya applicable in this committee investigation. But, Chairman, I-check ko muna yung question ng Evangelista.
Thank you for that, Congressman Paduano. Sige, you can proceed.
Thank you, Congressman Paduano, for putting words into my mouth. I was about to say that, but thank you anyway. Ma'am Domingo, I am also of the opinion na hindi po sakop ng binabanggit yung jurisprudence yung operations ng online offshore gaming kasi po ang charter ng PAGCOR ay napapaloob lamang territorial po within the territory of the Philippines. But there could probably be some exemptions to that, which I am not really aware and familiar of. However, ma'am, yung binanggit kasi kanina ni former Senate President Enrile, sinabi niya na hindi pwedeng mangyaring ganoon because nga po, territorial nga po ang charter ng PAGCOR. Even the authors and the intent of the law creating the charter of PAGCOR was likewise a territorial ang coverage po niya ay within the Philippine territory, hindi po pwede lumabas. So iwanan po natin muna yon. I'd like to ask some details about paano ho ba yung I heard earlier na sinasabi po na it was during your watch na marami pong POGO license na ipinalabas ang PAGCOR. Totoo po ba yan?
Pinakamarami pong na-approve na POGO licenses during our time are 63. But any given point of time, lalo na nung height niya, nung 2018 at 2019, 50 lang po talaga ang nagfa-function.
59.
Opo. Noon pong matapos ang pandemic, nung malis ako sa pwesto, 34 po ang nag-ooperate at may 130 na service provider.
So let me just be clear. Yung iba ho yung service provider because they do not accept bets. Tama po ba? At iba naman ho yung POGO licensees kasi sila naman yung nag-operate ng gaming.
Opo.
Okay. Dito sa inyong pagkakaalam o sa inyong panunungkulan bilang chairman ng PAGCOR, sino ho yung pinakamalaking POGO operator sa Pilipinas?
Pasensya na po kayo at hindi ko na po alam yung
during your time po, ma'am.
Hindi ko po alam yung mga ganyang detalye. Kaya
so you don't know?
Kung pwede pong i-ask ng PAGCOR kung sino po yung mga operational during those time at kung sino po ang mga may nagmamay-ari.
Sige po, ma'am. I-educate nyo na lang po kami o ako. Ano ho yung parameters para malaman nating maliit, medium size at malaking operation ng isang POGO? Ano po ang parameters niyan?
I think one of the parameters would be revenue stream.
Okay, that's good. At least we know that based on your experience, it is the revenue stream which is the basis of the POGO, the corporations in paying their taxes, correct?
Opo. At saka rin po, bago po sila ma-issuehan ng, iba po kasi yung license certificate doon sa notice to commence operation. Doon po sa bago po ma-issue yung notice to commence operation, nagsasubmit din po sila nung particular na paraphernalia, particular na gaming equipment at yung mga spaces na kailangan nila para doon. So, pwede rin po parameter yon per square meter and the amount of equipment that they have and the amount of manpower that they have.
Ma'am, ilang years po kayo sa PAGCOR, ma'am? 6 years, no? In that 6 years, you don't recall even a single company that have paid X amount of fees to PAGCOR? Just yung basis lang doon sa fees, ma'am.
Hindi ko na po marirecall yung specific payment kasi po...
Wala bang company name that probably, kumbaga sa kanta, LSS, yung lagi mo naalala, yung last song syndrome, wala bang ganon?
I'm sorry po kasi tulad po ng sinabi ko kanina, ang PAGCOR po ay ang POGO po, maliit po na portion lang ng operation. Pero po kung tatanungin niyo ako sa mga integrated resort casinos, malalaman ko po yon. Pero kung tatanungin din po niyo ako kung doon sa 900 na e-bingo o e-games na kinire-regulate, hindi ko rin po alam ang mga pangalan nila.
Did you also have an experience like what the present administration of PAGCOR had? Na meron pong naglalabi, meron pong hindi nagbayad ng regulatory fees?
Pag hindi po nagbayad ng regulatory fees, sinisingil at tapos po, idinideduct doon sa kanilang cash bond na 100 million pesos po yata nung time namin.
Meron pong nangyaring ganyan?
Meron pong nangyayaring ganyan.
May we know anong company po yan, ma'am?
Nandun po sa audit report, hindi ko na
so
po...
you don't recall?
Hindi
you don't
na po
remember?
Opo.
I understand. Kasi medyo may katagalan na rin.
At saka
I'm just asking these questions, ma'am. Just like Senator Enrile, who's got sobrang photographic yung kanyang memory. Baka ganun din po kayo, ma'am.
Ay,
So, hindi. So, another question, ma'am. So, doon ho ba sa licensing, pagka kayo po, ang PAGCOR po ay nakapag-issue na ng license sa isang POGO, meron pa ho ba kayong monitoring na ginagawa?
yun po ang papaliwanag ko kung pwede po.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Two-stage po ang para ma-complete yung process ng pag-issue ng tamang dokumento para makapag-operate ang POGO. Yung first stage po, na nag-i-issue po ng license certificate, ito po ay nangangailangan ng submission of documents like corporate documents, letter of no objection from the LGU, BIR registration, and proof of payment of all fees. Pag po maayos na to, ini-issue po yung license certificate, pero hindi pa po nai-issue yung notice to commence operations. Kaya po nag-i-issue based on documents nung license to operate kasi po hindi sila makakakuha ng mayor's permit, hindi po sila makakapamili ng equipment at gaming equipment and paraphernalia, at kadalasan po ayaw ng landlord nila na pwedeng galawin yung kanilang space na nire-rent at i-adjust sa kanilang kailangan kung wala pong license. So po, pag nag-meet na po nila ito at magkakaroon na po ng probity check at actual physical inspection mula po sa PAGCOR, at saka pa lamang po mabibigay yung notice to commence operations. Yung pong from the license to the notice to commence operations, nung during normal times na wala pong pandemic, 6 months po ang binibigay ng PAGCOR dyan na hindi pa po sila nagbabayad ng kahit anong penalty or administrative fees. Kasi po, na 6 months, kaya na po nilang i-import at i-retrofit at makakuha ng iba pang permits na kailangan. Kaya naman po nagcha-charge after 6 months during normal times kasi po, pag nag-project po kami ng revenues, yung mga na-approve na ng mga POGOs, kailangan po makakuha na rin ng revenues doon dahil kung hindi, magfo-fall short po yung aming mga projections, which is required by other government agencies. At saka po, ayaw po sana, yun po, iniiwasan na kukuha lang ng lisensya na parang provisional license lang, tapos ipasa sa iba, at iba na lang ang sasalo. Hindi ko po sinasabi pinagbibili, pero ayaw po sana na yung mangyari noon. During the pandemic po, na-extend po yan ng hanggang 2022 kasi nga po, nagsara naman lahat ng karamihan ng ka-deal nila kunwari sa mga permits, mga purchases and all of that. Kaya po, nagkakaroon na ng income ang PAGCOR sa regulatory fees at admin fees na $150,000 per month, kahit wala pong operations.
Sige po, ma'am. Thank you po dyan sa information na yan. We already got the substantial information regarding that. Kaya ro, natanong ko kasi, the reason why I asked that, are we monitoring after a license is issued?
Yes po. Kaya meron po kaming CMED.
Okay. Kasi nga ho, it seems that from...
Sir, ano po, after the notice to commence operations po.
Okay. Kaya ho, kasi natanong ko ito, mukhang walang nakamonitor na mayroon pong mga POGO na nagiging scam hubs. May mga POGO licenses na nagbebenta, nagkakaroon ng sublay as shared by the present PAGCOR administration. Kasi saan nang galing yung sinabi na ni Chairman Altenco na mayroong 402 POGO operators, both legal and illegal. Is that correct, Attorney?
Those are, sir, the illegal na po.
O, yung illegal. Saan nang galing po yun? Di ba?
Ang pagkakaalam ko po, ang PAGCOR may jurisdiction sa legal. Yun pong illegal ay talaga pong trabaho na po ng law enforcement yun.
So, yun nga po, ma'am, no? Na-issue nyo yung license. Kunyari, sa isang POGO company, no? Na-issue. And then, you monitored, sabi nyo nga, kailangan yung license to commence. That's the correct
To
term,
commence
no?
operations.
License notice to commence operations. Pagkatapos nun, namomonitor nyo pa.
Namomonitor po, yun nga po ang trabaho ng CMED,
Okay.
yung Compliance, Monitoring and Enforcement Department.
Okay, so very active po siguro itong department na ito.
Dapat po.
Napakarami yung krimen na nag-uugat mula sa isang POGO operation, hindi po nakita ng CMED yun.
Ito pong mga na-raid na, ito pong tulad po nitong Lucky 99, yan po ay illegal po yan. Kasi nga po, kahit ho sa record ng PAGCOR, hanggang ngayon po, wala naman pong operations yun eh. Kaya yung nakukubra doon ay mga regulatory fees. Yung pong isa, hindi ko na po alam kasi itong isang nahuli, yung Suanyu, Sunyu 1, kasi hindi na po nangyari sa aking term. Last day of reporting ko po, June 30, 2022.
Okay, sige po. Salamat po, ma'am. If I may ask, Paok, Yusek Cruz.
Yes, sir.
Yung bang raid nyo sa Pogo ay meron kayong search warrant?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pwede po bang malaman anong korte ang nag-issue ng warrant?
Meron pong Bulacan, then meron kaming Angeles, and then meron pong Pampanga.
Okay. Bakit po sa Bulacan kayo kumuha?
Minsan po, sir, yung familiar po kami dun sa judge and medyo may konting doubt lang kami minsan kasi, sir. But not really talaga nagdududa kami dun sa local. But pag may ganung pakiramdam kami, sir, we try to look for another court, sir, just to make sure na hindi maglilik yung information.
Are you not aware, Yusek, na there could be a bigger question kapag kumuha kayo sa ibang jurisdiction na hindi sakop ng jurisdiction?
It's a normal practice even during our time, sir, nung nasa serbisyo pa po ako.
Okay.
Na we get search warrant from other courts.
So sabi mo kanina, Yusek, kasi nagdududa, no? May pagdududa minsan dun sa maring mag-issue ng warrant, no? May experience ka bang ganun? Ang PAOK ba nagkaroon ng ganyang experience?
If we talk of the experiences we got, sir, dito lang sa stay ko, sir, sa PAOK, there were instances where even with the PAGCOR group, sir, many raid kami, and then sinalubong na kaagad kami ng 4 na abogado, eh. And then in Porac, sir, we applied for a search warrant, and then the warrant was recalled. And then the next day it was denied. So we need to apply we need to go to another court. Ayun nga, sir, sa ibang court para makapag-apply kami uli, sir. So imagine, sir, nag-apply ka sa isang court and then the same court who gave you the search warrant, siya na rin, sir, yung nag-deny ng warrant niya, sir. So
anong court yan na Gilbert, Yusek Gilbert, anong court?
Yes, sir. That's Malolos, RTC.
Sino judge?
Rama. I think it's Judge Rama, sir.
Judge? Rama?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Congressman Barbers.
Thank you. So, because of your experience, you thought it wise to secure a warrant from another jurisdiction. Tama po ba yung aking assessment?
Yes, Your Honor.
And in spite of the fact that you know na merong maring i-question dyan.
Yes, sir. Kasi during that time, it's a matter of life and death, Your Honor. Every time we do raids, it is because someone is being tortured or someone is being held against their will. And in this case, sir, when we applied for a warrant dito, sir, sa Banban, sa Porac, sir, yung Vietnamese national, he was, tumakas po siya, sir. And while getting out of the Pogo Hub, binibidyo niya yung sarili niya, sir. And it was a live stream in Vietnam. So our attention was called by the Vietnamese embassy na sinasabi na meron silang nationality, Vietnamese nationality na a victim of torture and now tumakas siya dun sa isang bahay. So pinuntahan po namin, and then after learning that, sir, we applied for a search warrant using yung mga ganong lahat, sir, ng incident po namin laging may victim. It's not we just want to apply for a warrant dahil gusto naming raidin, sir, yung isang pogo. It is because there is a person being tortured or a victim of kidnapping, sir. Ongoing, sir.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Yusek. And last question, Mr. Chair. I'd like to direct this question to PAGCOR. Based on your records, attorney, sino ho ang pinakamalaking pogo operator sa Pilipinas sa ngayon? Yung legal muna. Yung legal muna. Kasi I'm sure you might probably withhold the information on the illegal, but just the same, who is the biggest pogo operator sa Pilipinas ngayon?
Siguro, sir, with regard to space po, company po, pangalan New Oriental Club po.
New Oriental. With regards to the space, that's one parameter, correct?
Yes, sir.
What about in terms of revenues?
Ngayon po kasi halos pare-pareho lang po sila na less than 100 to 150,000 US dollars lang. Siguro, sir, sa ano na lang, sa tables, sa table games, Infovine po. Malaki po yung table game.